I'm Tyler with Whatever Blows Your Hair Back. This is our first podcast as a boxing team together. I know you've seen other podcasts of me and Juan, other places, and wherever I've been. But this is the official boxing team podcast. So I want to introduce everybody today. And we're going to start with, we haven't really formally talked about it, but I always see Ivan as the captain of the team. So we got Ivan over here, Ivan Chavez. Introduce yourself, Ivan.
Capricorn.
Ivan fought for the Golden Gloves. He's a junior Olympic qualifier, and he's just got a lot to talk about fighting. And just tell us a little about yourself, about Ivan.
Hey guys, I'm Ivan from Whatever Blows Your Hair Back Studios, and yeah, one thing you got to know about me, I love fighting. I always had that crazy energy ever since I was a little kid. Boxing always calmed me down. But it came to a point where I ended up being so addicted to it, where I'm like,
get right up in there. Get right up in there.
It ended up to a point where I ended up being so addicted to it, and it led me to greatness. It ended up, tasting my own form of greatness, and I hope I can, spread it to other people in our community. I feel like it's really important. Yeah.
Muy importante.
Yeah.
Well, you go. All right. Well, Ivan, that's a quick one, but he's got some more greatness to share. I'll bring it out of him as the podcast goes on. It's our first one, like I said. And over here we got LMH. We got Luke. Luke, I don't even know your last name. What is it?
My name is Luke Manuel Hernandez, a.k.a. the Million Sit-Up Man. I'm a personal trainer, boxing coach, and motivational expert. I'm here part of the team, helping get all the troops ready for their individual battles and us as we move forward and grow and progress as a team, bringing about greatness from all of us.
All right. Well, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We got Luke, who's a motivational guy. I'll give a background on him since he didn't go into too much detail. Luke's a Golden Glove fighter as well as Ivan. We're all Golden Glove fighters here, and that's one of the requirements to be on the Whatever Blows Your Hair Back team. And there's a couple other fighters here tonight, but so as we start this, we have a lot of spots to fill, right, Ivan? So we are both the cameraman. Ivan's the cameraman. Luke's the motivational speaker half the time, and the rest of our team got Ace and Diego back there running the admin and the content. So in the beginning, in the first 15 minutes, we're going to talk about Ivan and, Corporal's barking downstairs. Fish guy's probably here. I told him not to make a big loud entrance, but it seems like everyone's making a loud entrance downstairs.
Yes, indeed.
And that's what we didn't want to have happen today, so I didn't get thrown off. So why don't you take control right now, Ivan, while I sort things say, you're the Golden Gloves guy. You're the Olympic. You're the captain. Like, tell us about what you see, Whatever Blows Your Hair Back studio becoming, and how you got in your position.
Okay, perfect. So it all started when I was a kid. I always had this hyper energy, like I said before. I tried every single sport. Like, trust me. Like, literally, my mom, she got tired of me. Didn't like football. Didn't like dancing. You know what? Fuck it. I'm taking you to boxing. Boxing was my refuge, literally. But then one Chicago Park District fight, 2 weeks into training, they put me to fight on an exhibition match, right? I was probably like 9 years old. The other guy was probably like 12. 7 fights in already, right? Get my ass whooped. It's the time where like you smell the punch, like that, right in the snot. I will always remember that. I was like, man, that was so humbling because like I didn't know what I got myself into.
Park District fights. Park District's got where the thugs. That is where the hardship is.
That's like the heart of the hood, bro.
Oh,
I didn't know what I got myself into, right? So I go in there. I'm like, what just happened? I told my dad, like, what happened? What did I do? What did I just do wrong? And my dad, he comes, is like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm training you. And then that's when he started becoming my head trainer. We went to Simon's Park. That's when I started off at.
Well, let me back up. So is your dad? How's your dad know so much about boxing?
So here's the thing. He used to box back in Mexico City. So he's like Batman trying to live a secret life, right? So one thing I realized is that this dude ended up training at where Juan Manuel Marquez
your dad
trained at. Yeah, which is called Romanza.
How many fights did your dad got?
I don't know. He probably had like a good 6 or 7 fights.
The way he's taught you and your brother, you guys move like gracefully, and I'm like, I picture your dad as like this elite trainer of like just greatness of just knowing it all.
So you know what comes behind it? We do carpet. Everything is detailed. Everything. You step in like a certain way. Yeah. You don't use your toes in a certain combination. That's the detail where it's like, nah, you got to start all over again. That's what makes it a huge difference. So then imagine years and years and years of training, and then like ass beatings, because again, it wasn't hard for me. Like it was really hard for me to like get to a certain level at one point, right? Until my first official fight, it was the Silver Gloves, Illinois Silver Gloves. Didn't know that was even the Silver Gloves for me. I thought it was like, all right, you know.
And what is the Silver Gloves? Let the audience know.
So it's like,
You gotta be a
you're
certain
probably,
age. It's below 16.
Yeah, so I started off as a 14-year-old, 15-year-old. I was like a freshman, and when I ended up being in the Silver Gloves, like I didn't know what I got myself into, but it's like basically the entire state, you against the entire state of Illinois.
Under 16. Under 16.
Under 16, exactly.
Getting ready for the Golden Gloves.
My first fight was with a Ukrainian fighter. I didn't know what to expect because like he just came out of Ukraine, could have had a whole bunch of fights, and they're high level. So as soon as I saw his stance, I was like, all right, I need to pressure this guy. So that started going into the tournament to a point where I won, and then it just started getting addicting. I was like, I like this. My teammate or my two hands, I don't need to blame anyone. If I lose, I lose. That's when I started loving boxing. So then after boxing, ended up coming the Chicago Citywide, which was all the Chicago Park districts. I won that one too. And then, boom, Junior Olympics. That's where I got the shot at the Junior Olympics.
Okay, so they opened up. So the wins and expeditions and your dad's marketing got you the shot.
Exactly.
At the Olympics.
Exactly. And then they're like, all right, let's do it. Well, let's give this guy a shot, right? 165. I fight this dude. This guy looked like fucking RoboCop. I kid you not, man. This dude was huge compared to me. The picture's gonna show up and whatnot. But man, when I saw this dude, I could not even believe this.
We got a picture of RoboCop. Yo, Diego, Diego, you got a picture of RoboCop? Pull up for him.
I was nervous as hell, man.
Nice, nice. Yeah,
He
yeah.
came in with this confidence in the weight room, and like that's a real thing. You got to be mentally strong. I wasn't. I was in a relationship at that time. A good girl or whatnot, but it was me who ended up like messing it up because like I was not on my game. I was supposed to be training. Instead, I was spending time with my girl at that time. So I was like, nah. 2 weeks in, that's when I just started deciding to like take it seriously, right? And that's when I was like, all right, I drained my weight just to be there. I looked so small. I looked drained. I was just tired. I just wanted to get it over with. But there was something in me where it's like, I came to this point. Something ignited me. Let's do it. I come in there. The bell rings. And I was just ready for battle, man. Like, I don't even remember the third round. Because that's how much I gave it my all. I thought it was like a spiritual experience. I don't know. I was like in a trance. And what ended up happening, they fucking rose my hand. Literally, it was like the craziest one because it's like everybody was screaming.
You didn't even know until you rose your hand that you won?
Yeah, until I won. I was like in a trance. I didn't know what happened. And then I started getting, word on the street was that the guy ended up being like a Golden Gloves champion the year before that.
And then you beat him.
And I beat him. It was
Hell
like a complete upset, bro.
That's what I'm talking about. I love it. The underdog came out on top.
Yeah, bro. And then then later on, I came in the Golden Gloves, 2017. I lost that one. It was a second place. Controversial decision, but that's when I realized like sometimes you get the ups and downs in boxing, where sometimes you can just do everything right. I remember not even jerking off for like months. That's a hard thing. I think that's the hardest part about boxing, just like going against your desires, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Exactly. And then like later on, dude, like I lost that one, but then it came back for more strength that I needed for the 2018. 2018, I won that one. I prepared mentally, both physically, mentally. Everything was there. And that's just part of life, man. You're going to take your L's, you're going to take your W's, and, boxing just prepares you for what comes later on in life.
Well, cool, man. Well, thanks for sharing that story. And Luke, tell us a little bit about yourself and your Golden Gloves experience, and you can come slide in as well, Ace, while we got that switched over. And you go ahead. You got the floor right now, Luke. Start us up while we should be engaged in you and what's fun about you.
What's fun about me? All right. Well, my Golden Gloves experience, I think it was 2019 or 18. Where
were you at the same one with Ivan? Ivan did 2018. Were you in 2018? What's up?
Yeah.
You didn't even know him then. You didn't even pay attention.
That was a couple years ago now,
That's 5 years ago.
Yeah. It was pre-COVID. I think it was 2019.
Get ready. Talking that mic. Get ready from that mic.
Anyway,
there you go.
First round.
You don't need talking to you can go.
And
you can look at us too. You don't need to always look at the camera. You're talking to us.
Go toe to toe. I overwhelmed this dude. He seemed small to me, and I won by TKO. And then in the second fight, I came out and I got stone cold jacked right on the jaw. Pretty quick out the gate, and I got up, but the ref called it off. Said I was wobbly. and that was about how that went out. So
So you fought in the So there's Luke's Golden Gloves experience. Got a couple fights, and then out of those couple fights, you also train your own. You got your own company called LMH Fitness,
is
which
my
stands
fitness.
for what? What's the acronym stand for?
That's legendary motivation and hustle. So
Damn, I didn't even know that until
and we
now.
Back it up with the hustle, And
Those you don't know, Luke, he's always out doing the 100-man sit-up challenge or whatever
we're
you
doing
do.
a million sit-up challenge, 1 million, ladies and gentlemen, and we only have about 40,000 left, 43,000. We're scheduled to finish on New Year's Eve.
And I tell you what, when we hang out, so Luke comes, we start training here at 4 to 8 every day. I mean, I'm sorry, every Tuesday and Thursday. And when Luke comes here, he just does sit-ups for the first hour on that mat down there. He'll be talking to me, and he gets in like 200 sit-ups. If you look at the man's got like an 8-pack, which is going to be one of the new rules of our group. I know Ace has got a nice 6-pack too. So do I. So do you. We got one of the core values of this boxing team is that we have a 6-pack. What are they? We wrote them, Luke. What were they? What was some of the core values that we want this team to have?
We need to be physically fit with that 6-pack. We're going to need to have some mental fitness from our past to prove it. We've participated
Golden Gloves.
Golden Gloves.
Some type
been
of
to war before.
Been to war in some tournament. Know the lights get punched in the face.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to share content. We're going to be loyal and rock the brand.
We're going to rep. We're going to rep hard.
And that's about the 4 criteria this team has. It's not that complicated, is it?
No, it's not. It's pretty simple, pretty straightforward.
Pretty straightforward. But we take it serious.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, that was good hearing from you, Luke.
Thanks.
Let's bring it over. And if you got anything, Luke, you got anything to say in, you just throw in your comments. But we're going to got Ace over here, which Ace hits one of the requirements already. He's a Golden Gloves contender as well.
Certified.
Junior Olympic contender. And it's an all-out good fighter who shows up. And he sees the vision that we're trying to cast here with Whatever Blows Your Hair Back. The vision that I thought's very clear, but I guess it's kind of incognito. But anyways, why don't you share how you see what you perceive to be going on here, and where do you see this boxing team, Ace?
So for those who don't know me, again, my name is Ace. Was a contender in last year's Golden Glove, came up short by split. Going to participate in next year's Golden Glove, so I'm excited for that. Excited to redeem myself.
So yeah, we following him in this team. Whatever blows your hair back, we're gonna be following this man into the ring. The thing about Whatever Blows Your Hair Back, you'll never be in a fight and show up to a fight without us there. This stuff we see on TV, the trainers and the teams not showing up to team members fight, within reason, but you're always gonna have someone backing you on this team. Whether it's a coach, someone there supporting you with Whatever Blows Your Hair Back. So we know that's not going to happen. Anyways, continue on.
Yeah, so I would say my last camp, I think it was a big not a reality check, but I would say in the coldest sense a reality check. Realizing that there's certain things you can't do everything on your own. You could be really strong on your own, but without a team, without a pack, without having those people around to support you, it's very hard to grow, even if it's just by yourself or with anything. So I think last camp, last Golden Gloves, I realized a lot of things I was doing wrong. Even during the fight, I would say I was picking my shots a little bit too much. It was the first time I was walking someone down, so I wasn't boxing off my back foot like I like to do sometimes.
But you were thinking of a lot of times when it comes to fighting, no one thinks of what to do, right?
Yeah.
You were thinking to walk them down. Were you thinking about your punches? You were paying attention to oh wow, I'm missing. I should do this. Were you engaged as a fighter to that expertise?
So I would say probably the first round. I was out there just trying to gain a pace, just establish ring generalship. I wanted to control mostly the ring. I wanted to establish my dominance before I went out there just blitzing. But looking back at it, looking at how the amateur style is, that may be something that I have to adopt a little bit more volume, even if I do like to counter punch and pick my shots.
Yeah.
The way the amateur system is scored, realizing that makes me think of this camp coming up a little bit more differently. I want to treat it a little bit more differently. So it just feels good to finally come back and train again. Get ready for the gloves. See my boy Ivan. I haven't seen him since we competed.
So let's bring that up. Ivan. So you guys already talked about Ivan and Ace. They fought in the Junior Olympics. We got that picture on deck, Diego. What's up? It's there. All right, yeah. Show the people. So Ivan and Ace were buddies from back in the day, and so they kind of formulated back together. And I'm excited to see what you guys are gonna come up with this season. You know, I was talking to Ace earlier, and I was listening to him, and he was saying that none of us are really competing here. You know, we're all Golden Gloves guys. We've all fought, but right now none of us are training. Everyone in this room, even Diego, is younger to get on the card. And I kind of like raised a flag to me a little bit because you were coming in. You're like, I want to be around people that are fighting too to share that build up of that fight camp, right? And so we definitely need that. And so that you telling me that, I'm like, yeah, we definitely always need to have a challenge in the hopper. And right now, I kind of wanted to wait till next year, but I think we need to take the challenge of the Golden Gloves this year and reinforce and support anyone who's decided to fight it. Right now, we got Ace, and Ace is fighting the Golden Gloves right now. We don't got no one. We got guys in to spar, but no one sharing that like, oh man, I can't drink soda this, I can't party this. No one teaming up with you in that sense, because that helps, right?
Yeah.
No one else got to fight up. You hang out with that kind of Saturday. You're into the same shit.
Right.
So I'm glad that you shared that with me because it raised the flag. I was like, you can't be having the only one feeling them butterflies. So when you get some other guys feeling some butterflies around here, what do you guys say?
Yeah.
I mean, most definitely. Again, I appreciate you inviting me into the space. You know, Luke working with me, getting to spar with Ivan because Ivan done very good in the amateurs. I wish my boy would continue fighting, you know, probably turn pro or something. But
I think Ivan ain't done in the ring. He's young, 23, 24.
We just gotta spar a little bit more. He gonna realize he still got it in him.
He does. He's got to go through that, like, I'm not going to call it a life crisis, but when you get to like 27, you enter into your prime. I think, Luke, you can touch on this a little bit. We got some young bloods in here. I don't know if you guys know. These guys are young. Ace and Diego's only 15. Ace, 23, 24. That's young, you know, in the fight game. So when I was 24, I was like still thinking I was in it, out it, and then turned 27, and you just reflash your whole life like, shit, nothing's out of reach right now. What is next? And we're just, you know, I'm ready for anything. So he hasn't even hit that yet. So he's got that coming. He doesn't even know it, but that's exciting. So yeah, we talked about that. We talked about you guys' expertise and what you guys bring to the team, whatever blows your hair back, what we stand for, what my vision is, a marketer, as a business, not so much as a business owner, but a marketer of this team. You guys got any values to share on that, on what you see as the logo and the feeling and the vibe of the team, the space? We've yet to tell anyone about that.
Well, definitely feel like the space, this place is just excitement. I always come here with a little bit of nerves.
Up here.
Because I'm not sure what's going to happen. Whenever you walk into this place, you don't know exactly what's going to happen for practice, the podcast, whatever we be. Tyler always keeps exciting and always push us to, you know, reach a little bit further, to be a little bit greater than when we walked in the door, which that's what I love about coming in here.
It's always a little something different. And once again, guys, we got a smaller team here. We're running all the admin, all the marketing, all the business. It all gets done with us five right here.
But it's a growing start, you know.
It's a growing start, ain't it? Diego, he's even rocking the Chicago Fabrication shirt. We'll allow that on this podcast. We support Chicago Fabrication.
Nah, we got whatever blows your hair back.
Oh, he's rocking the double logo.
Yes, sir.
For those of you who do not know, Chicago Fabrications is what built this whole studio, which made it all accessible for whatever blows your hair back to come to life. And so we owe it all to Chicago Fabrications. It's back there. But anyways, a quick shout out. So we got Diego on deck here. He's the young champ around here. He's inspiring. He's coming up. Tell us about yourself, Diego.
My name is Diego. I'm a part of WBYHB. Young. I'm 15. I'm just here to learn. I like this team. I like this team a lot because I don't know. I'm learning a lot from everyone. Everyone has different experiences, different like assets of like different knowledge actually. Not assets. It's like different knowledge in different areas. And you all just like build each other up. And it's nice because we each, like I said, like I'm
We
not
elevate
even
each
feeling
other.
myself. Exactly.
Sorry, I'm taking my wrap. I worked out really hard today. I just want to make sure I get my wraps off. Plan this scene or anything. So yeah, Diego, I couldn't agree with you more on like we build off each other. And as much as you say that you're learning, I think all of us are learning something from you. I think you're the marketing guy that's secretly knowing it. You're the one that's connected to the social media platforms, and you're setting up this podcast and running the back end. It kind of flipped the script. What do you guys say? Wouldn't you guys agree? Diego is kind of on top of
Always
it.
getting cold with that camera.
He's getting cold with the
I'm telling you.
camera.
I'm telling you, I ain't even post these pictures yet. So my boy's getting cold with that camera.
Yeah, yeah. What's your experience on that? How do you know so much about why are you so far ahead in the camera content game, being this 15-year-old stud? Not to mention
That's
your
what I'm
box.
saying too. He's only 15.
He's only
and,
15. Your boxing's exponential. Your camera skills are cold. I mean, looks like
honestly,
you got it all figured out.
I used to like watch those types of videos. I like the pictures. Like, I started playing football and stuff, and like I like these pictures like people would like take of people, and I don't know. I just liked it, and I just started like looking into it, starting
play
seeing what type of. I used to
What position?
linebacker and running back.
I play
Yeah.
running back and kick returner.
Yeah,
Yeah, we got those body builds right there. We got the,
but yeah, yeah. I mean, I don't play football anymore. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but it's fine. You learn.
you still could, man. You're young. You're still you got options.
But yeah, honestly,
Yeah, I want you to be honest. I want you to be
yeah,
honest.
of course, of course. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying again?
You're just saying about how great you were.
Yeah, you was telling us how great you were.
The reason why like I started liking about the photography stuff, it was because of that. I started looking into it, started to see how to use a camera, how the different like settings work, and like so my mom has this camera, and so like I mean.
You
and I
start
just
working
got to
with.
work there, and that's where it all started.
You had mentioned that you were streaming during the pandemic around the
Oh
same
yeah,
time.
yeah.
Oh yeah, and like
Yeah.
You learned that you started with streaming with
I used to like live stream Minecraft, and like
yeah.
I wasn't that bad. I would actually like average like 20 viewers, and it was like pretty good. But then I deleted it because like the profile picture was actually kind of outrageous, and I just didn't want to be seen with that. But it was like a good experience because like it was a good experience because like it made me learn everything, so I can use it like even now like to like set up this whole podcast and stuff.
What do you think? You think
I was
we're gonna get
helping
more
with
than
that.
30 viewers on this podcast where we're going?
Oh yeah, even more. We
Eh.
can get that even more.
Yeah, for sure,
Oh,
man.
yeah,
I agree.
easily. Once people start seeing the content, the quality, they're not gonna have no choice but to pay attention.
And the reason you want to pay attention, guys, we're talking about some new skill sets that we've learned that we're enabling. Some of the new fight stance that come out. The background of what Ivan's father has learned over the generations of boxing that he's instilling on all of his different styles. What do we got? We got the Cuban style. We got the
Soviet style.
got the Soviet style. What else we got?
Peekaboo. We got Mexican style as well.
That Mexican style. We're trying to implement all those to a certain extent to our knowledge. But yeah, that's what we got going on. That's whatever blows your hair back. You guys got anything to add before we wrap it up?
I mean, honestly, I think that wraps it up.
Well, I love when you're honest, Diego. I love when you're honest. To be honest, we're all honest.
Honestly.
But yeah, this is our first one, guys, and we're gonna wrap it up today. So I'm Tyler with whatever blows your hair back. That's Diego. That's Ace. We got Luke and Ivan. It's a 5-man team right now. We're all working at getting 6-packs. We're all looking for camaraderie. We're all sharing and we're all representing this brand, and we're all sharing it on any content, any platform we can share content on. And that's our core values at whatever blows your hair back. So stand by when you can see us in the Chicago Speedway coming through, making our path in the boxing scene, baby.
ever blows your hair back. From Chicago, brings the coolest